creators, I am Dave and welcome to this week's special live stream where we'll be going through absolutely loads of value on today's show. Do not go anywhere because I'm going to be briefly telling you how to go about presenting your brand when you lay out your channel. Then we're going to be diving deeper into the analytics of your YouTube studio, the best ways to improve your channel, what analytics to specifically look into, and then later on I'll be doing a little channel review of myself to see what we can all improve upon. And I might kick myself up the bum to improve my own channel. So do not go anywhere. If you're watching this live, then feel free to comment in the comments below, and over the live stream I'll do my best to answer your questions. And if you watch this on the replay or for whatever reason don't get to you, please smash your questions in the comments afterwards and I'll do my best to reply because I love helping you creators. Now, the first thing I want you to think about as a content creator here on YouTube is think about branding, thinking about the layout and how you present your channel to the world. Make sure extremely well that it's clear and easy to read. And what I mean by that, as soon as anyone, new people, your subscribers, absolutely anybody goes onto your channel, they can see within microseconds what your channel's about. Now, in the nicest possible way, sometimes I go to different channels, it's not always clear what your channel's about, and you don't want that. So, for example, if it's a cooking channel, a nice banner, I don't know, Deborah's cooking tips or something, I've literally just made that up, big bold white lettering or something really easy to read, and try to think of like fonts you can find that are really simple, like Arial bold, things like that, now big powerful letters, and then maybe in the background you can have nice food that you've been making. That's just an example. If you're a gamer, could be your controller like hey and all this sort of jazz. Phil's gaming corner or gaming cave, or I've literally just made that up, but you get the idea. So you really want your banner to be really, really obvious. And as I said, when I do that channel review later on, I'm going to be showing you how you can do that. Now also, you remember the first thing that most people will see will be your profile picture, like that sort of thing. And I want you to bear in mind, now obviously you can make a really easy logo, or personally I just think, especially if like me, you do a lot of your stuff yourself, then perhaps to make it more personal, you might just want a really cool and clear picture of you that might subtly show what your channel's about. So say for example I hold a camera, my favorite camera, I'll try not to mention it for the first time in weeks. But that just subtly shows that my channel is probably something to do with cameras, and people that adds a bit of interest. If you're a gamer, you might have a controller. I don't know, if you're a cook, you might have a frying pan. You get the idea. It just sort of like mixed up, and it's all part of your brand. So, and also you want to think about what colour schemes you could think of, which is something really to think about. At the moment I tend to use white and orange. I just like those colours at the moment, and you probably notice on my thumbnails and my banner and even my profile picture, it tends to sort of highlight those colours, as you want your channel and everything that you make within it all part of your brand, and really push out your personality, tune it up 10% more, and really show YouTube how awesome you are. Now when it comes to thumbnails, same things apply. Make sure it's really clear what the picture's about. See it as a very brief, like poster, that sort of thing. See it like, what you can do, and is it really obvious what the thumbnail's about. I tend to make 2 or 3, and sometimes let me know in the comments or on the live stream now, do you make 3 or 4 different thumbnails, or you like me, sometimes a day or 2 later you might go, actually I could do better than that. And always think how you can improve, how you can make your videos better, your thumbnails, your lighting, your audio, all of that. We'll talk about that in a different video, and go and check it out. Now just before we look at the analytics and get straight into that more detail here on Live Studio, I just want to briefly tell you how awesome you are. Now if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to check out any of our merch. You can get t-shirts. Look at this, let's see how it looks. No, can't see on like that. But we've got mugs, we've got phone covers, and just by watching any of our videos here on the channel, you are supporting the TVR creators, and you guys ultimately do rock. We also have affiliate links in the description, and I will plan to put them in a pinned comment after this goes live. And that's just text and things like that may help you out. So things like cameras you want to look at, if you're not sure what cameras to look at, if you want to upgrade your tech, tripods, stuff like that. But you know what? Let's crack on with the value. Drum roll. Oh yeah. So let's crack on over to Cam 2. Here we are, Cam 2. Oh yes. Cheers to all you people that rock. If you got any comments, I will get to them briefly, I promise. But first, I just want to get straight in to the value and show you guys how much you guys rock. Now let's just get into my analytics, because I have no problem showing you the YouTube studio, whatever you want to call it. Now at the moment, I really like what YouTube at the minute are doing with your dashboard. Now I just want to show you some key things that you want to take notice of. And you have your latest comments. Now bear in mind, now for whatever reason, YouTube are constantly saying we're doing our best to keep it all gravy, but they don't always have your latest comments. So sometimes you have to click on it and you'll think, oh, what comments? And you're thinking, I swear I had more than that. And that's because sometimes it just hasn't updated, or you have to go to specific videos. So if you want to, one thing I do highly recommend is click on your latest video. Mine was that. Click on the comments. Just see if there's any new comments being thrown in, that sort of thing. And also look in held for review, because for whatever reason, sometimes I have no idea why, but occasionally, you know, even my regulars will get thrown in there for some reason. So, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, such and such hasn't replied on this particular video, and they tend to, and for whatever reason, they've just been thrown there, so bear that in mind. Now, you can change the option, because it does say that particular comments do get put in the hold for review. Don't worry about it. I tend to just leave it on, just because I tend to find that, you know, occasionally you'll get bots. So what I mean by that, let's see if we can click back without it getting too scared. So just for example, let's just have a look. Click on comments. So this here, for example, is a bot. It's just a random number, doesn't really mean anything, and you will get a lot of that from time to time. So don't worry about it. Just take no notice. It won't hurt your channel, so don't panic about that. And you know, and I do believe if you're pumping out that positivity, you will get positivity in return, and that's ultimately what you want. Now, if you're a silent listener or you're one of our regulars here at TVR Creators, smash that like button if you're getting value. And you know what? The value I'm getting tonight is absolutely jam-packed. Yes, value. Every time I hit the mug on my table, I do notice an echo, so sorry about that. Anyway, so go back to the dashboard is what you want to look at. So you get some really cool news feeds from YouTube, because they're constantly trying to update what's going on. Just try and keep yourself informed, things like that. Sometimes they give you little ideas that you could perhaps do to your channel. You may not know that. And I do believe that can be slightly different for different channels, so check that out. Now, something I would highly recommend is just keep rough tabs on how your videos are doing. And I tend to have a look. Now, this is something you want to bear in mind. If you look at your videos, have a look at what ones are getting like the most views and the most comments, and then click on one that say, let's click on this one for example, and let's see how it's done. So compared to, so this blue line here gives you a rough idea, you know, it's gone up, it's, you know, doing better than the average video on our, you know, on my channel, but there has been other videos that done a little bit better, but on average it's done quite well. And what you want to think is, right, okay, what's that particular video about? What's that video back, sorry, and how can you improve it? How can you make it better? Could you edit your videos shorter? You could say, okay, well, of course that's going to make it go up, but if you can make a really good 5-10 minute video and really hone your skills, and I mean this for all of us, even myself included, if you can really, you know, hone your skills, make a really good thumbnail, edit it really well, maybe a bit of music, make your intro as short as possible, no longer than 3 seconds if you need an intro at all. Sometimes you might think, well, I really like my intro, but the truth of the matter is most of us don't care. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You probably notice in my Tuesday videos, I tend to either have a very brief intro that's literally my logo my branding logo that just has that really cool camera click, or sometimes I don't even bother, because I just think ultimately you just want to crack on with the value, get on with the video, and if people have clicked, they've took the seconds of time to click on your thumbnail, click on your content, you want to keep them as long as possible, because that will tell YouTube that this video is alright, and then it will show it to more people in a nice possible way. If you've got a 30-second intro that people are going to skip, that tells YouTube maybe this video is not for that, anybody, and it will show it to less people. And then later down the road it may show it to a different group of people, and if they're thinking, you know what, this video ain't for me, then your YouTube content is going to go nowhere. It's just going to go into the abyss of the occasional view, and you don't want that. I don't want that for any of you guys, so just bear that in mind. So as you can see, you tend to have a fully green tick if your views are doing better than normal. I've got sort of a see-through tick, if you will. So it's the easiest way to describe it off the top of my head. And that just basically means, again, like I said here, it's an average for the moment in time. And so I want you to bear in mind, actually, if you don't get the views you want straight away, just hold out, because sometimes I find it takes 2 or 3 days for whatever reason, for your regulars to watch it perhaps, or to YouTube to show it to the right people. So give yourself a good 24, 48 hours before you start going, oh, I haven't timed it well, and then perhaps you can title your videos better and all that sort of thing. And that's perhaps something we can get to in a later stage, and that's something to bear in mind. So it's something to just bear in mind. Now I'm just going to have a brief look at the comments, because you guys rock. Are you ready? Hello, Brad. Are you ready? And Binge-Worthy Gaming, go and check him out. I'm going to do a shout out to him, because his channel absolutely rocks. It's a gaming channel. So after the video, go and check him out. What's he put? Hey, Dave, I did away with the intro a while back and said I have a quick catchphrase. Yeah, exactly what Binge-Worthy Gaming just said. Get rid of that intro, or if you really must have it, make it no longer than 2 or 3 seconds, because people just want to watch your content. They just want to watch, whatever your video is. For whatever reason, they've liked the title, liked the thumbnail. So don't waste their time with a 30-second intro. That's fine in TV, but not here on YouTube, because most people on YouTube are flicking through videos. They might watch it for 7 seconds. And if most of those 7 seconds are someone's intro, you see where I'm going with that. So another thing you want to bear in mind is watch time, how well it's done. This particular video has got 1.5 hours, which for one of my videos is okay. I'm happy once I get to about an hour. I think, that's okay. And something that I do that you shouldn't do, and nor should I, is try not to compare your channel with people within your space or other creators or maybe there's bigger YouTube channels that you aspire to be like. Try not to compare yourself to them, because I think sometimes we can, myself included, we can waste too much time thinking, I haven't got the views I want, or I haven't got as many subscribers. And just think, if you've got 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers, even if when you get over 1,000, that's a lot of people. If you imagine that, like, I don't know, back in school days when you would have 500-600 people sat in a hall, that is a lot of people. Even if you got 30 people, even if you got 10, that's like a family gathering. And those people have took the time that for whatever reason, they like you. And this is something else I want you to bear in mind. I always talk about giving value, solving problems. They're the 2 things I really want you to remember in all your content, because if you're not giving value or solving the problem or entertaining people, perhaps, then no one cares. That is the brutal truth. If you don't take anything away from this live stream, just bear that in mind. So what I was going about, so rein it in, Dave. So what I was saying about like waiting a couple of days, you see here, it's leveled out, and you can see that actually it's doing just as well as other videos, a good few days later. So bear in mind, I sometimes find some of my videos take a good week or so before they get to the views that I like. So just don't be so hard on yourself. This is something you should really want to bear in mind, and this is a good place you can actually watch your video. Obviously this is on the PC. You can do a lot of this on your YouTube Studio app on your phone, but I highly recommend, if you haven't already, go into your YouTube Studio on a PC or laptop or Mac, because then you just get much more information. YouTube will tell you all sorts of stuff, and really take the time to study, where your viewers are coming from, maybe what times people are watching. That could be when you post your videos, how long people watch it. So say this this particular video here, this might not look great, but this is actually a fairly healthy, you know, half of people that have watched this video have more or less got to the end, more or less. So, you know, that's fairly good. I've had much better videos, I've had worse ones. And then what's really cool, actually, something to bear in mind, is that you got this little, like, blue phase, and that's YouTube highlighting you the biggest difference in your video. So watch that part of the video, which is the first 30 seconds, and think, how can I improve that? Because if you make that better, then the chances are, rather than having 71% of people watching by the end of that 30 seconds, that might be 80%. And then a few more people might watch a bit more of your video. So, you know, the truth is, unless they're absolutely core fans, and even your core fans might not watch from first to last second. It's just how YouTube works. But if you can get people to watch your content for as long as possible, YouTube will go, this is a good video, and it will show it to more people. Let's try and find one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's try and find one that's done really well. So this one has done a bit better, and this is, see how healthy this is. So, you know, it's gone, people skipped a little bit. Perhaps there's people that came back again, or for whatever reason they just wanted me to get to the point, perhaps. This is on editing, so perhaps I rambled a bit like I do on my live streams. So that's something to bear in mind. But as you can see, it's quite healthy. It stayed more or less to the end. But if you get video that literally just goes boof, and you got like 20-30%, you want to think, right, am I droning? Am I not cutting? Am I not editing properly? I know there's a lot to take in, and honestly, we could probably sit here for hours. I won't, don't worry. But we could sit here for hours studying every little nuance. But just try to think, you know, people want your content to be fast, interesting, entertaining, giving value, solving a problem. So try to think, how can you get to the point? If people, you know, if you're doing a live stream like I am today, I'm thinking, am I doing this on the replay? So a lot of people might watch this, like, you know, later on this evening or tomorrow or a few weeks down, if you're watching a few weeks later, or you come across it a month or so later. You know, is it giving value straight away? If not, why not? You know, and try to be your own critic, but in a positive way. I don't mean beat yourself up about it. That's not healthy. But just try to think, right, could I make the audio a bit better? Could I make the microphone a bit closer to me when I'm talking? Could I make the lighting a bit better? That sort of thing. You know, when I'm doing my Tuesday videos, I'm always thinking, because of my glasses, what's exactly the best angle? Could I improve it a little bit so it covers my face well, but at the same time you don't get annoying, you know, glints in my lens and that sort of thing. You know, all these little things, just think, and, you know, and don't overbear yourself about it. You know, if you're getting value from this, smash the like button. But just think, and, you know, this is probably an easier thing to do. Just pick one thing. Right, I'm going to improve my thumbnails in this video. I'm going to do what I do, but this video I'm just going to spend a bit longer on my thumbnail. And then when you make your next one, that'll just be normal. Then you think, right, I'm going to do that with every video now. And then your next video go, right, I'm going to perhaps buy a new microphone, or perhaps get it a bit closer to me so it's not miles away. Or if you haven't got an external microphone, get an external microphone, that sort of thing. Anyway, we're going off top a little bit, but I just want you to just realise the value of this, which is really cool. Evening. Oh, Mr. Dubs, hello, shout out to you. Go and check him out. I believe he is live. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I get ED. Saturday, 12 till 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Dubs. 12 till 2 on Mixcloud. Go and check him out. Perry! Evening, Dave. Hey, you're my man. You just came in. Go and check out Perry's channel. Anyone who comes there live, I'm happy to give you a shout out. Go and check him out. He's a rising man, musician. He does great covers and he does his own music, and he is awesome. So go and check him out after this live stream, obviously. So anyway, so looking at the analytics, so you want to think, right, impressions, right, let's just get into nitty gritty. Impressions, 651, that's pretty good. I sometimes have 200 or 300. I have had several thousand. And that basically just means how many physical people have seen your thumbnail, right? So apparently 2.9 of them have physically clicked on it. So bear that in mind. And YouTube says between 2 and 10. And I'll tell you what, I personally would think, try to see what most of your videos get. try and work out an average in your head. You can do it on here, but it's just easier to think roughly and think, right, perhaps I need to improve my thumbnails. And then just see, be experimental and see if you can improve that. Views, my range from 20 odd to 100 odd, depending on what I do. Sometimes I don't even know why. I did a shouts video a few weeks ago and it got over 500 views, and I still don't know why. I think it was just like the look of the day, which is really cool. So just bear this in mind. And what's really cool anyway, on the traffic sources then, you get your browse features, which is just people coming across your videos, channel pages, that's self-explanatory. YouTube search, again, people that have searched in. And when you're thinking of your title, something I do actually, if you type in, so say for example, this is helpful. So when you're doing your titles, so say for example, I want to make a new YouTube video, right? So I'll type in YouTube as a keyword, and then I'll just put in A, and then see what key phrases come up. This is what people are putting in the minute. So audio library, age verification. I've not really done anything on that. YouTube ads, academy, apologies, ads off. These are things that I could perhaps make a video about. If I put YouTube B, see what comes up. Background music, cool. YouTube banner, that's something we talked about earlier. Perhaps put that in the tags, banner tutorial. So straight away you're getting, so you get the idea. So if you type in just a keyword, and that basically could just be, I don't know, chocolate cake or something, the 10 best ways to do it, I don't know. But you get the idea. And say for example, type in C, YouTube channel, that's fairly obvious. YouTube creators, so perhaps I could do a video about that. YouTube comments, I could perhaps do a video about how best to comment in a video. So, whatever your channel's about, you could just type in a keyword and just see what comes up. Dark mode, drama, diss tracks, download for Android. So potentially YouTube is giving you YouTube ideas. So if those of you are struggling with, making videos on a weekly basis, just put this in, and YouTube is pretty much, spoon feeding you ideas. So it's just I'm not saying that's a definite, shout for views, but just bear that in mind. And then what you could do from that, I could just call it YouTube dark mode, say for example. And then you just click on here and just see if there's any videos that aren't getting stupid views that perhaps do competition against. So here's one at 4.3 thousand, which is something you could compete against. Even some like 24,000 maybe. And you think, okay, I could perhaps do a better thumbnail than that. Be honest with yourself. And then you could perhaps put, I don't know, YouTube dark mode. I'm completely making this up. So there you go. That is literally... it's pretty much given me an idea for a video, how to turn on dark mode on Google. Now you might think, well, loads of people know how to do that, but people might not. That's probably not a video I personally would make, but you get the idea how you might go, I don't want to do that, but then you could sort of type in another keyword, and do you know what I mean? So instantly all these ideas are flowing. And if you're actually making videos, not just what you want, but if you're making, this is all to do with the analytics really, because if you're making videos that people actually want, then you're much more likely to get views, get comments, get engagement, people to care about what you're doing, and that is so, so important. So bear all that in mind. And what's really cool actually, and you want to get this bar as high as possible. I personally, on a 5-10 minute video, if I can get the audience attention to 50% or higher, I'm happy. If I occasionally hit 70%, I'm over the moon. If I get 30 or 40, I'm a bit like, perhaps I put in the intro, or perhaps I could have edited a bit in the middle where perhaps I'd rambled a bit, I could have edited it down. It's a hard one, but test. And just bear in mind, if you like I'm doing now, I'm making a half an hour, 40-minute video, bear in mind, the averages will extend, and that it's much harder to keep high levels the longer the video goes on for. But that's understandable, because not everyone's going to sit here for. So especially if you gamers, if you're making videos that are going on for 3 or 4 hours, bear in mind that very few people, unless you're a massive YouTuber, are going to sit and watch you for 3 or 4 hours unless they absolutely love you. And that's the brutal truth. That's why I don't think I've ever done that, even if I was a gaming channel. Trying to make 10, 15, even half an hour, even no longer than say 40 minutes, even on a walkthrough. So then people can go, oh, cool, okay. And if they want to, they can then watch next week's or part 2 and that sort of thing. Anyway, so we're looking at the audience, and this is really cool. You can really have a look at, what sort of things are going on your channel, that sort of thing. Hey, Ash, welcome. Hey. Oh, no, sorry, Mr. Dubs. Yep. Saturday and Sunday 12 till 2. So go and check out DJ Dub's Legend. Ash, welcome. Go and check out her channel. She does similar content to me, and she only rocks. Go and check her out. If you're getting value from this video, smash that like button if you haven't already. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I should have said this more. Come on, Dave. So what's really cool here, you can see, that you can see like unique views, average views. If a video has gained subscribers, that's something interesting. So something you might want to think about when making your content is have a look at every video, give it a few weeks, and just see. I think the most I've ever had was about 4 or 5 new subscribers on a video. I think that's about the highest I had off the top of my head. And maybe make more videos on similar topics, or make them the similar style, and see if you get more subscribers that way. Ultimately, I think core key viewers are probably the most important thing. If you can get people to come every week, they are the most important. Anyway, going on the watch time from subscribers. So on this particular video, 80% of you guys watched it. Awesome. Or from your audience, or my audience. And on this particular video, it's usually a bit more even than that, but very few non-subscribers. So it basically just means very few new people watch this particular video. So that could have been maybe the thumbnail wasn't quite right, or the title just didn't work out. There's loads of things to think about. So you get the idea in that one. And then something else you can do, is go onto your channel analytics. This will make you feel a little better. A little tip I want to show you actually is see your live count. I really like this. I've got 309. I thought it was 310, so somebody must have left. Wow. Anyway, what I really like this, for some reason it's not working today, which is annoying. Let's do that. Yeah, what's really cool actually, if you set it to a year, I really like this. If you're ever having a day, and this is a fairly new feature that's only appeared a little while ago. If you're ever having a day as a creator when you're thinking, oh, I haven't got enough subscribers and my views are going down. I'll be honest, recently my last few videos have not got as many views as I would want. So, just bear that in mind. But what's really cool about this, before I started doing this in sort of May last year, it's fairly static. And then you can see, what's really cool to see, your subscribers are suddenly going up. And then about September, a lot of you guys that are watching now must have started to join the channel. And, I'm starting to get a bit of momentum. And it's now seen this, it's gone down a little bit, but slowly rising, going up and up and up, and hit the 300 mark in March, apparently. And it's just really nice to see that, oh my God, my channel is growing. So that's what I would say to any of you content creators having a bad day. Just look at your subscriber count over a year period, or however long you've been doing it. And just really nice to see your channel grow, because you think, I did that. You put a lot of effort into this. So yeah, you get the idea on that. And what's really cool actually, so on this, check out your channel analytics, definitely. You can look at every particular video, see how many views you got. So, so that did really well, the YouTube upload. So I might make more videos about that. That got some nice views. 230 different people came onto the channel at that particular moment in time. Live streams got a boost, and then since then it's been a bit sort of average. I've gained 12 subscribers in the last 28 days. I've had over 1,000 views, which I think is the most I've ever had in a period of 28 days. So that's going cool. So as you can see here, I've got a nice solid green up, so my views are going up, which is a good thing on the whole. Watch time is average, but doing well. And subscribers doing well as well, so bear that in mind. And then underneath that, you can look at what views you're getting, your top videos at the moment. This is really cool actually. You can actually see what videos are doing the best in a sort of different period. And through this, you can compare videos with each other. I won't go into that too much now, because literally we'll be here all night, being truthful. But one thing you could do is perhaps make 2 different types of thumbnails and then compare them to each other and just see which videos are doing the best, and perhaps make more videos of them. I'm always saying a tactic as a gamer, just as an example, do walkthroughs and say gaming reviews or gaming tips or vice versa, and do 5-10 of each of them, and then just see which one does better, and then perhaps sway between that. So at the minute I'm doing sort of YouTube tips and sort of filming tips, and I'm still, you know, there's certain videos are doing better and that sort of thing. So I'm sort of swaying between, you know, but at the same time, a lot of you really like the YouTube tips and a lot of you like the cameras and the microphone. So it's sort of, you know, difficult, and I enjoy doing both. So, you know, two things is fine. But perhaps if you really want to focus, you might do better as a channel if you focus and, you know, really focus on one sort of niche within a niche, if you will. So that's something to think about, which is really cool. Something really cool, you can see what's doing better from your uploads or your live streams. First 7 days, my uploads on average are doing pretty well, though like I said recently. I've started doing shorts videos. I'm going to be honest, I probably won't do this one this weekend because I'm just going to have a little couple of days off from filming. But I did a video a few weeks ago, as you saw, and 540. I mean, for me, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. You know, if I get a video that hits 80 or 90 or 100, I'm like, oh, awesome. I don't know what, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. But that one, I was like, oh my God, 200, 250, 300, 400, 500. I was like, oh my God, that's like the most views I've had on a video in years since like doing my films, you know, 10 years ago. So that's awesome. You know, and you can get like a top 10. And what's really cool about that, it looks better actually on your phone studio app because you can really hone in on, you know, and when it says top 10, it's like of the period since your video's posted. So, you know, how well your video's doing compared to your other videos in the first hour, the first 12 hours, 6 hours, day, 2 days, week. It just gives you a rough idea, and something I should perhaps do more actually. So when I'm watching this myself later or tomorrow, I should look at my top 3 or 4 videos and perhaps do more of them. So that's a tip I'm going to share you now. And that's something to bear in mind. And obviously you can look at your monetization, see where you're going with that, how many subscribers and what hours you got. Obviously you need 4,000 hours. I'm away from that yet, but getting there. Customize your channel. This is a great thing to do. A little tip I found out, if you have your trailer for people that haven't subscribed yet, perhaps put your best video as something for people to watch. And then for returning subscribers, I put my newest video. That's something I've only recently done. I used to have my newest video for both, but now I've sort of changed it a little bit just to mix it up a bit. Now I'll get more into this when we look at my channel in a moment. I'm just going to have a brief look at the comments. Boom, 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 boom. It's going great, Ash. It's going great. I'm loving it. Right, okay, we're getting the value. Okay guys, so there's loads of stuff. You get the idea, there's loads of things to think about. So just really hone in on your analytics and how your video's performing and all this sort of jazz, and really take the time to, you know, basically, you know, give value, solve problems, entertain where you can, and I'll ultimately see what videos get the most likes and engagements and views, and try to think, right, I want to make more of them, and your channel will just grow. Try not to worry too much about how many subscribers you got, though I do that all the time. But if you can find a video that suddenly does well, make more of them, and your channel will grow. Now, in the after show, I'm going to do a brief channel review for those of you that want to stick around for that. And I'm just going to look at my channel, and you can sort of think of your channel in your head or on a tablet or whatever, and you can think how you can improve your channel. And I'm going to do that in the after show after the little intro. I'm doing keyword search right now as we speak. Oh, wicked. Okay, Ash, that's wicked. I like the sound of that. Yeah, that's something great that a lot of us creators can always improve upon, doing keyword search. So I look forward to that video. And that's something that myself could probably do better. So no, I look forward to that value. That sounds awesome. Yes, right, I'm going to finish off the main part of the channel, and then don't go anywhere. For those of you who don't want to hang around, then I'm going to do a channel review after my little cutscene, just to give my voice a break for 30 seconds. So please hang around for that. Anyway, for those of you silent listeners, those are people that have been watching and enjoying this content, I hope you've got value, you've learned something today. Feel free to comment in the comments after the live stream, your questions. I will do my best over the weekend to answer them. I love helping you guys as much as I can. Keep making your content because you guys rock. And you know what? Just have a great weekend. And for those of you who want to hang around, I will see you in about 30 seconds. So for the rest of you, come on, let's do it together now. You guys rock. See you in 30 seconds. I just don't want to leave you hanging any longer. Right, guys, let's just have a look, see who's around. You will love it. Oh, it's about a Canon video, Ash. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that value. That sounds awesome. Something else I'm just going to throw out there. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Could be in a few weeks, could be in a few months. I'm playing with the idea, perhaps testing out StreamYards on my live streams because it's a very easy way to bring on guests. So that's something that I'm potentially thinking about doing, to have, like, I don't know, for the last 10 minutes of a live stream or for 20 minutes or something, having like one of you that want to come on as a guest, because I think that'd be really cool. So if any of you are up for that in the next few months or whatever, let me know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Go and check out our merch. Right, let's do this channel with you guys, because you guys awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna love that. I'll look out for that video. Cannot wait. So I just want to briefly then show you my video. So at the moment we can see this YouTube analytics is going worldwide. Hopefully it will gain subscribers. Right, I just want to just briefly, I know most of you probably know this, but you know, there's always things that I might have forgotten and that sort of thing. So for those of you to just think of your channel and think, yes, I'm doing that, or no, I'm not. And if you're not, after this live stream, go and blimmin' change it, because there's no reason why your channel can't look as good, if not better than mine. So, you know, go do it. So, is your banner clear? Right, let's just get straight to the point. Is your banner clear? Is it obvious what your channel's about? I like to think, you know, it could be a bit better. I did this myself on Photoshop. Could you do better? If you don't feel confident in designing, or you think, oh, you know, it could be better, or, you know, and try to, if you've got anyone around you that's quite brutally honest with you, like I have, sometimes you need that just to sort of tell you, okay, it's rubbish. You can do it. But if you're not good at designing, there's a brilliant site called Placelit and also Canva, and they do banners and thumbnails, and all you have to do is insert your picture, put in what text you want to put in it, and they look really professional, and they have lots of free ones as well. And that's just a really way to up your game. Perhaps it's something I should do, but I just like designing my own things. Perhaps that's something I should test in. So does your banner, channel cover, is it obvious what your channel's about? Sorry, is it obvious what your channel's about? Just bear that in mind. Change it up. So you just want it clear, what your channel's about, the value someone's getting. This is for people that's come onto your channel, for your regulars, and mix it up from time to time, you know, keep it fresh. Now on here, this is more for, like, you know, when people on the computer or Mac have your links. Now sometimes I've had my Twitter and Instagram, but you know, quite a lot of the, you know, the bigger channels always say perhaps you should just have a subscribe button to encourage people to subscribe. I've got my merch there. Perhaps I should put it in there. It's just how it does it at the minute. And you could have your Twitter and Instagram. I have in the past, but I think until I've literally got thousands and thousands of subscribers, I'm just trying to keep as many people on the channel to grow the channel. So bear that in mind. So I'm probably going to leave it like that now until if I ever get to a stage where I've got thousands of subscribers, and then perhaps highlight, because I like to think, for those of you that want to, I'm on Twitter and Instagram anyway, I talk about it enough, it's in my links and whatnot, so bear that in mind. And have that in your descriptions as well, links to your Twitter and your Instagram. So anyway, so your profile picture, bear that in mind. I personally, it's really obvious, it's a nice cool picture of me with a camera, and I think a lot of you sort of do that anyway, so I don't need to get into that, but I just think it makes it more personal if it's you. Your trailer, like we talked about earlier, for newcomers, perhaps have your best video, and for your subscribers, have your newest video. That's something I would recommend. And then you can have up to 10 playlists. I'm not going to go through all of them, but this is something I just want you to bear in mind, and then I'm going to look at the comments. Just bear in mind you want your first one to be what people see first, obviously. So I would make it either your best videos, what you want people to see, or just something, your most recent stuff, and make a playlist for that. I tend to just have 4 or 5 videos in it, and I've got my most recent videos, and then just write a little description, because that helps YouTube identify who to show those videos to. And also when people come on your channel, it just looks like you put the effort in, it just looks more professional. Just having uploads at the top is just lazy in the nicest possible way, and you guys rock, so you don't want to do that. And then from there, I've used quite a few, but you just get the idea. So now I've got my Tuesday videos, for those of you that watch my Tuesday videos, go and check them out. My bite-sized videos, again, a simple title, it's obvious what they are, nice little description to help YouTube and the viewers. That's my Tuesdays playlist. These live streams, there they are, every week's there. I started a new one at the beginning of the year because I saw it like a new series. I've got the shorts video. Bear in mind, it looks different on your phone. So I'd recommend actually, whatever changes you make, go on your phone and just see how your channel looks on your phone, because over 70% of your viewers will watch your content on their phone or visit your channel on their phone. And if something doesn't look quite right on the phone, just edit it a little bit so it looks a bit better, and concentrate on how it looks on the phone. That's a big tip I would share. So for example, these shorts videos will look like the proper shorts videos on the phone. Then I've got like an editing tip one, I've got my films, I've just got no shorts because that was the one I did, and then I've got uploads at the bottom. And then most of you guys, the channels that I like to follow, so I keep tabs so it's easy for me to find you, and for you guys that I follow. So yeah, so just think how you can make your channel look more clear, better, more obvious, and just think how you can make it look more professional. You've got 10 tabs, use as many of them as you can. If you've only got 5, 6 videos, just, even then you can do my best content, and you can have them all there. Or you can say, the beginning of my journey, or something like that. I don't know, just depending on what your channel's about. But just bear in mind, no matter how many videos you got, you can make your channel look better. So bear that in mind. Oh, Ash, there we go. I'm doing a keyword search. I think that's a great idea. What do you mean was a great idea? Sorry, I've only just looked at it. I have to get going. Busy day ahead. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you very much, Ash. Thank you very much for watching. And I appreciate that. I'll be going to bed soon, too. No, to be fair, it's only 7:15 here, so it'll be a few hours yet. But there we go. Anyway, I hope you got value from today's stream. I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly YouTube tips to help you build your brand. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now. Now we're just going to love you and leave you now, because you guys ultimately do rock. And I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Have an absolute great day, great weekend, and see you later. And you guys rock! Oh yeah!